beautiful. What's going on, family? Why can't I turn my phone during the live? I want it turned sideways, so this is how I'm gonna turn it. I want it to be video. We're gonna try it this way at least, and if it don't work, it don't work. But what's going on, family? What's going on, family? Yeah, we outside kicking it. Let me see if I can sit right here. Find me a nice piece of stump. Make sure there ain't no ants on this street. And it is, of course it is, because this day home, this where they live. But we're gonna turn to the side because Instagram don't want to let me be great right now. But what's going on, family? It's your girl Guruji Chastity, and today I want to talk about Reiki and self-doubt, or at least how Reiki can help you, how you can use Reiki as a tool to eliminate self-doubt in your everyday life, right? But first, I want to start by discussing a fundamental truth, which makes what I'm teaching today, it helps what I'm teaching today to bring integration to it, right? Because there's no use of having the information if you can't integrate it into your life, right? It is useless at that point. And so that's what we're learning and talking about today. And that's this fundamental truth that we're going to share so that we can integrate, right? And so the fundamental truth is this: spirit is in a constant state of grace, right? And so what we know is we are not this body. I'm not this body. We are not these bodies, right? You are spirit inhabiting this body, right? And so what we just identified is that spirit is in a constant state of grace. The only true reality is spirit, right? The only true truth is that you are not this body. You are this spirit inhabiting this suit, right? Therefore, your spirit is in a constant state of grace, right? And so, boom, with this fundamental truth, we can now use the tool of Reiki in our everyday life. And this is how. Okay, so we're going to run this back. Okay, and so what we just understood is that spirit is in a constant state of grace, right? Spirit is in a constant state of grace. And we know that we are spirits inhabiting this suit. We are not this suit. Therefore, the only truth, right? The only reality is spirit, right? And once we know the only reality is spirit, we can therefore see that we are in a constant state of grace. Okay. Now, if I'm in a constant state of grace, how can I use this constant state of grace to combat my internal self-doubt? Aha, right? That's what it's like, aha, that's what I want to do, right? And the way to do that is Reiki. Because sometimes, right, your spirit is a high vibrational element that is experiencing in this dense vibration, right? And so sometimes you may not be at the capacity or at the particular level where you can merge the two, where you can merge spirit and experience, right? You might be moving too fast, you might be moving too slow, but you know what's in the middle? Reiki. It's the tool of Reiki that you can use to bring yourself back to an equilibrium of understanding and awareness that you're looking for. And that's exactly how Reiki helps us eliminate self-doubt, right? Because anytime we doubt, right, you're just forgetting who you are. And forgetting who you are means you forget that you're a spirit. And then you relegate your experience to this body. Meaning you sometimes fear that you can't transcend what the fuck is going on in front of you because you've relegated your experience to believe that you are this suit, not a spirit inhabiting this suit, right? And so that's how self-doubt creeps in, right? But you use Reiki as a tool to bring you back down to, not to earth, but bring you back down to the center of awareness that exists inside you, which is, you know that you're a spirit, right? And you know that the only truth is spirit, right, family? And so, boom, whether you use Reiki in terms of, excuse me, I'm getting excited. Let me get my chapstick off. If you use Reiki in terms of receiving a Reiki session or by becoming a Reiki practitioner, whatever the case may be, it is still used to help you eliminate self-doubt. And that's exactly how. It is a friendly reminder of who you are, because sometimes, right, we're lost in the throes of the extreme, right? Because we've been taught the difference of good and bad, right? And so when we are in those extremes of good and bad, it might be really, really hard to find that center, because self-doubt is clouding your area of judgment, again, making you forget who you are. And so when you go to a Reiki practitioner to receive a Reiki session, right, they are holding space for you to reconnect back to source, for you to recenter and reaffirm what you know about yourself, which is you are spirit, which is in a constant state of grace, which means you don't never have to go searching for no answers or begging for no answers. You know what I'm saying? They are always equipped within you, and you always have access to the super conscious, right? And so that's what happens when you are supported in a Reiki session per se, right? But then it goes a little bit deeper when you're a Reiki practitioner or a Reiki master, or even when you're Reiki level 1 and you have the ability to offer Reiki to yourself or to others, just as like a caring service, not as like a business, right? And so how that appears a little bit deeper for us is that you don't just have access to the external effects of your experience. You have access to the intention, to the cause before it starts. When you begin to take on Reiki as a energetic healing modality to on level 1, 2, or 3, right? When you become attuned to Reiki, that is the perspective that you get, right? You have the opportunity to participate in your existence, not after the fact, when shit is happening, when you're pointing out the external stimuli and saying, no, that doesn't feel good, or no, I don't like that. No. When you are attuned to Reiki, you now have the opportunity to participate in your existence before shit happens, right? Because you have the wherewithal, you have this level of awareness, you have this extra sense per se, right? And the extra sense is this tool that is always like a tap on the noggin to say, you are spirit, right? And because I know I'm spirit, I can behave accordingly. I can proceed accordingly, right? But if I don't know I'm spirit, I have to let shit happen to me and then base that judgment after the fact, right? And that's how a Reiki session versus intaking Reiki through an attunement process works differently or shows up differently in our life, right? But the whole concept of understanding how Reiki and self-doubt work together is simply this, family. You have to know who you are. And Reiki is that tool of remembrance of that, right? Because self-doubt is nothing more than forgetting that you are a spirit inhabiting this suit, right? But when you say I'm a spirit inhabiting this suit, I'm sure you want to ask, well, Guruji, what weight does that have? Well, here is the weight. Here is the importance of that, right? Is that spirit is in a constant state of grace. The only truth is spirit, right? Therefore, you are in a constant state of grace because you are not this body. You are spirit. You are the spirit inhabiting this suit. Therefore, when self-doubt creeps in, you can use this awareness tool of Reiki to say, this ain't that, family. And so I hope you guys have enjoyed this live training. I'm going to actually start being more intentional and mindful when I set these up and change the duration. It's not from 10 a.m. to 10:30. It's going to be about from 10 a.m. to 10:15 because I want these trainings to be quick drops, snippets. I need you to feel it more than think it, right? I need you to feel this. I need this to resonate. And if this doesn't resonate, I need you to leave. I need you to get out. And I need to get out, right? Because I don't need to boggle down your mind with more information, with more words. I need you to feel these tools so that you can use them, right? I'm not trying to add more information to your table. I'm trying to get you to feel deeper into yourself. And so if we can't do this in the first 10 to 15 minutes of being together, this is not the lesson that I need you to sit with, right? Because you're going to get more information out there in the world that may be more impactful than this. And I need you to stick to that. And I need you to use that, right? So we get in the habit, family, of acting on things that feel good versus thinking on things that feel good or trying to act on the thoughts, right? You know what I'm saying? Feel it in your body. We only have two choices. That's change, that's acceptance and change. Thinking and feeling, right, family? And so we got to participate in both, right? Until next time, I love you. Peace out.